Good afternoon, everybody. Dean Williams here, chairperson of the Wheelchair Football Association, joined by the rather impressive George Barnard.
Hello, Dean.
Hello, George. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. They've brought us back together again. We were so good the last time round.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. Well, we can commentate this afternoon on West Bromwich Albion PFC versus Muscle Warriors, which is set to be an intriguing game, I think. George, what do you reckon?
Well, yeah, you've got two teams. One that will be fighting for, league title, stuff like that. And then you've got one who will be fighting to stay up.
Yeah, so it certainly looks like that at the moment. We're very early stages of the season, but my goodness me, the 2025-26 Slater Gordon Premiership, as it's known for this season, is started with a bang, George. I think that's fair to say.
Yep.
And your brother Henry is expected to feature for Muscle Warriors in this game as well.
Yep, he made his move over the summer to Muscle Warriors from Norwich.
Is he enjoying it?
Yeah, well, it seems like it so far.
Had a big smile on his face when I saw him at the start of yesterday, but it's been, quite a baptism of fire for him, hasn't it? So they've had a couple of tricky games so far.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always going to be tough, isn't it? Going up to the Premiership, but they've had the hardest, arguably the hardest hardest four. What am I on about? Hardest four this game week, but I mean, coming away with a point or two would be brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's the case, isn't it? I mean, Ryan says this very well, but historically, it's kind of lent itself to you need 13 points to stay up or have a really good chance of staying up. And I think when you look at that is probably makes it a little bit less daunting than going into game weeks and thinking where we're going to grab these points from. So there's a bit of pace setting involved, but what it does do, it shines a light. And we've got quality championship, as we know, but it just tells you about how difficult it is to get into the Premiership and then ultimately perform and hold your own in that league. So it's a learning curve for them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
He is wearing my lucky number, 22, which he says will be his number now for the rest of his Powerchair football career.
We'll see about that.
What does he like about 22?
Well, it's his birthday.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So just give the listeners and the viewers something to understand in terms of the context of this. So live league table this one is. West Brom at the moment are undefeated, played 4, 1-1, drawn 3. Only scored 1 goal, which I think pretty much the story of their weekend so far. They'll be hoping to add to that, but the 1-0 win on the first game of the season against Middlesbrough, and then after that they've got 3 0-0 draws. So what that proves, George, is incredibly difficult to score against, and marshalled, from what I've seen, I've not seen too much of them yet, but marshalled brilliantly defensively by Chris Gordon.
Well, yeah, they will be very hard to break through and get goals off. But, I mean, you've just got to apply the pressure and the time will come.
Well, they're not scoring many, are they? So I'm sure they want to put that right. But ultimately, I think when you look at football, sometimes you can make it quite simplistic. If you're defensively tight, if you start from that base, you're not going to lose many games.
Yep.
And that's where it is. I'm using all the cliches in the book.
Yep, you are so far.
And then we've got Muscle Warriors who are 2 games in, 2 defeats, -8 in terms of goal difference. Yet to score a goal, is that right, George?
Yep, yet to score a goal.
Okay, so this will be interesting, won't it? I'm not sure what to predict on this one at all, but they'll both want to get something out of this game. I'm absolutely sure of that. All set for an intriguing context. So we're still at the stage where people are just getting themselves warmed up. What do you think we're looking like in terms of starting lineups? Do you expect Henry to start, George?
Don't want to jinx anything, but I'd say so. Yeah, they've had a pretty strong lineup from the Leeds game. They played very well in the first half. They only were losing by 1, and then it all kind of went a bit downhill in the second half by conceding 3. But everything's a learning curve.
Of course it is.
And there have been glimmers of hope and promise. And considering it's a new team, we hope to see more from them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of experience out there as well.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's quite interesting at the moment, and we're still such early days, but when you look at it, You've got a team in Muscle Warriors that last season scored goals for fun. I think I'm pretty sure I read it's 80 odd goals.
Oh, wow.
Last season. So for them, it will be unfamiliar that at the moment they haven't scored a goal in the Premiership. But again, it tells you about the difference in levels, doesn't it? So a big thank you before we start. Paul Yates is about to get the game underway, but a big thank you to Slater and Gordon for their sponsorship for the season, the National League, both the Premiership and Championship. They have been amazing. It's my personal thanks to them as always. And also for the streaming, that if you're able to watch the game, that's courtesy of the brilliant relationship that we have with MK Battery. God, I said that quick and very much in time. So game has got underway. Jacob Vickers gets us underway. And West Brom trying to combat and provide a bit of early pressure. There's the first touch for your bro, Henry Barnard. Rickenshaw plays it again back to Barnard. Rickenshaw again will pick that off. And there's a 2-in-1 that's been given in favour of West Brom. So for the first time, Chris Gordon gets the opportunity to start an attack for West Bromwich Albion PFC. That ball's going to run out of play. I think that may well be a kick in on the far corner. Straining my neck and every sinew.
Yep. Just trying
to see past the mass crowds here, which is always good to see at Lee Westwood. Try and keep you in contact with the other game on the other court as well, which is Teesside versus Villa, which is a very intriguing matchup. Villa Rockets, given their full title. So you feel free, George, jump in and commentate if you want to on the play.
Okay.
But you don't have to do that. You can take the lead from me. You tell me how you want to play that.
Yeah, I'll do some commentary. I'll some leads.
You go for it. You pick it up. So Jacob Vickers comes away with the ball. Chris Gordon doing what Chris Gordon does, which is applying a lot of pressure and quite advanced on the court as well. Jacob Vickers sticking doggedly to him, and so is Hannah Hindley. Does she ever not smile, Hannah Hindley?
Oh, well, from my point of view, no. Rickenshaw getting a good touch in there to save Muscle Warriors from conceding one.
Corner ball to West Bromwich Albion. Be so keen to get another goal.
Yeah. They'll see this game as an opportunity to get goals here.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Just be interesting to see how Muscle Warriors cope.
Shot by Gordon. It's been blocked by Hannah Hindley, out for a kick-in. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it's for them, isn't it, to decide. I'm not sure how West Bromwich Albion will view where they are so far defensively. As I've said already, been very, very strong. Only the one goal so far, but they're unbeaten.
That's the main thing. If you don't concede, you'll guarantee the point.
Now you're coming out with cliches as well, George. I like it. It's fine. It's what we should be doing. So another corner. Early pressure here from West Bromwich Albion. Matty Gilbert. Slight delay. Just making sure that ball remains stationary. Not helpful when it keeps rolling about. Let's see what they can do with this. We've seen so many good set pieces already, and there you go. There's another set piece that's paid off, and it does give West Bromwich Albion the lead, but also puts them in a position where they literally have scored a goal from the set piece there, and it's the second goal of the Premiership weekend. Well done to them. Goal scorer was
Matt Gilbert.
Is that right, or was he the assist maker there?
Oh no, sorry.
I think
yeah, it was Ollie Rock.
Ollie Rock scored the goal. Do your stuff on your iPad for me, George, please. Good man. 1-0 to the good. That's the early goal that I think they would have wanted in Teesside. Just as I say that, I've just taken the lead against Villa Rockets on the other court. So two teams with aspirations, Teesside and West Bromwich Albion, of being at the top end of the table. Both have taken a relatively early lead. Matty Gilbert battling with Jacob Vickers in the middle of the court. Pretty even battle that. Matty Gilbert just looks to have got the slight edge on that. Is now progressing towards the Muscle Warriors goal. Hannah Hindley, defensively so strong in the championship last season. Whistle blows. I think there's a bit of a contact there. Well, there was a bit of contact between Jacob Vickers and Matty Gilbert. It's been given the way of Muscle Warriors. I think we've actually seen a lot of, I'm not saying this from an inappropriate sense at all, far from it. We've seen an aggression in the Premiership on the game week one. You know, intensity,
Yeah,
a real...
there's been a lot of that.
Some big challenges going in. Again, I'm not saying that's inappropriate. It's actually that just points towards the competitive nature of this league. Rickenshaw comes away with the ball, trying to get the better of Chris Gordon. And Henry Barnard has a shot. And it's been cleared by Chris Gordon, but there was an immediate opportunity and a chance. A look between Henry and his brother George. Was that a look, or was he pulling a face?
Bit of both.
So Henry Barnard, number 22, will be looking to find one of his teammates here. Another set-piece routine. Chris Gordon blocks that. Slight touch from Rickenshaw, but Chris Gordon coming away with the ball. With all the Powerchair football you've seen, George, are there many better readers of the game than Chris Gordon?
I don't think so.
It's immense, isn't it?
It's just the way he dictates the game, and he's so calm and relaxed on the ball.
It's like a Rolls Royce, doesn't he? He's just an absolute. He purrs when he plays, and I think his anticipation is something that just stands out. And for any, I'm sure they don't need me to say this, for any youngsters coming into the game or trying to develop their performance in the game, he's just an outstanding person to look at and go, well, okay, that anticipation, I can learn a lot from that. Very rarely in the wrong place.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing and he knows what his purpose is.
Yeah, definitely. West Brom still in the ascendancy here. It's been difficult for Muscle Warriors to get any decent possession. Henry Barnard, oh, I think the ref may have blown. Yes, he has. Paul Yates blows the whistle. What's he given here, George? Contact?
Yep. From the looks of it, yep.
Yep. So, this time in favour. Yeah, it is in favour of Muscle Warriors. And for a minute there, I thought he's given that to West Brom. And Paul Yates has given a couple of warnings there, hasn't he, in terms of just watch the aggression. Free kick this time to West Brom. It's quite a bitty game so far, George. I know West Brom have their noses in front, but it's quite a bitty game. No real flow to it. Chris Gordon has the kick in on the far side of the court. Rock tries to make something happen. The original intention was to get the ball across to Matty Gilbert. That's not quite materialised. He's got Chris Gordon, who he now plays the ball to. He returns the favour. Cross comes in. Great touch from Krista. Matty Gilbert. Great move that.
Yeah. I mean,
great move that.
Yeah. Jacob Vickers there has just got across the goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's well defended. I love the move. I think there's that was the first time they've really kind of opened them up. Matty Gilbert with the corner on the far side. I mean, one of the last ones that he did from the other side resulted in the goal. Dummy from Chris Gordon. And the shot across. And that's gone in. Despite the efforts of Muscle Warriors to defend that, that's gone in. This time that is Matty Gilbert, goal scorer. And West Bromwich Albion find themselves 2 goals up. And immediately starts to look better in terms of their goal difference. So tough from this point, you would suggest, George, for Muscle Warriors.
Yeah.
Not the start they would have wanted, but again, we've talked about how tough that is. First change for Muscle Warriors. On comes Nottingham for Shah. Jacob Vickers gets us back under the way. They'll be very keen to have an instant reply on this. Take time though, won't it, George, for them to gel?
Yeah,
and get
definitely.
used to this. Have you seen training sessions?
No, I haven't.
No?
I probably should be, but no. I will one day though. Hopefully in December I'll have something to say about that.
What does training look like for Muscle Warriors? How often do they train a week?
I think it's once a week. I think Henry goes up 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
it's quite a long way.
It's a long way, isn't it? Some of our listeners won't understand that, but some of the journeys and the attempts made by the players to go and play for their clubs, not only to compete in the tournaments, but to actually attend the training sessions, it's quite some effort, isn't it?
Yep.
For Greenbank, we have as I found out yesterday, we have a player that comes and is committed to all 5 Premiership weekends from Australia.
From Australia.
I know.
That is some dedication.
That's extraordinary, isn't it? So not staying permanently across the season, going back and forth.
I think there should be a prize for that.
It's quite, it's amazing, isn't it? But I do, if I'm allowed to kind of think about what that says about the National League, it would suggest that people really want to come and play in it. We've had an influx of players from different nations, from all over the globe, that now play in our league, which is a good thing to see. There's lots of eyes on our sport. It's a great thing. West Brom again trying to create something. I think we can safely say that this is probably so far their best start to a game in terms of the creation of chances. Coach for Muscle Warriors, Alan Murray, is very animated but very encouraging on the side, just getting the team to stay focused. Bit of contact there. It's been given against Chris Gordon. Just having a quick conversation with the assistant coach. I think that would be the right definition. Colin Gordon, Dad. And we restart again. Hannah Hindley with the ball. Across to Donaher. Donaher moves across the court. Again, trying to create and fashion an attacking opportunity. It's gone out though. It's run out for a kick into West Bromwich Albion Foundation. 2 goals to the good. 7 minutes from half time, and example here of strength. Bestwick comes on and Bates come on for 2 changes for West Bromwich Albion. That's quite some firepower to bring on, George.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you talk about bringing on the big guns, that is it.
Very decorated player in Brad Bates on the international scene. Previously of Aspire as well. Bestwick tries to make something happen very, very quickly. Found its way back to Chris Gordon. Bates back to Gordon. Finds Bestwick on the far side. Really good block from Hannah Hindley, doing Hannah Hindley things. That's what she does. As I mentioned already, super tight last season defensively. And offensively they were great, but that bedrock of being very mean in defence was certainly something about Muscle Warriors last season. So Brad Bates gets a chance to create something from the set piece. Another dummy from Chris Gordon. An initial chance of Bestwick, which was blocked, and then a swing and a miss. And Henry Barnard has just pulled a goal back for Muscle Warriors, and that was opportunistic. But of course, when you attack like that, and we've seen that with West Brom before, and Chris likes to play out, ultimately when you attack like that, sometimes the ball does not go your way, you leave yourselves wide open. Here's another cliche for you, George, but we always know that ball travels quicker than share.
Yep.
Effectively, that's what happened. So, lovely, tidy finish from Henry Barnard, and I think we can definitely celebrate that as his first Premiership goal of the season. He'll be very happy with that. He has the ball again now. Chris Gordon intercepts. Vickers then in turn intercepts that. Going to find its way to Bates. Barnard in close proximity. A swing and a miss from Brad Bates, and that's going to be a goal kick to Muscle Warriors. So you were allowed to show a little bit of animation there for brother. Personally, I quite like to see that when it's your nearest and dearest. You were up celebrating.
Yeah, I don't know if that is really allowed, but yeah.
We're supposed to be impartial, and I will always be impartial, but I think part of I like to see a bit of emotion sometimes when we're kind of doing that, so don't worry about that, George, at all. I could see you were stopping yourself mid-celebration.
Yeah.
As long as we can be very studious in terms of breaking down the game for our listeners, we're okay. So Chris Gordon has it on the far side. Across to Bestwick, back to Gordon. Hannah Hindley intercepts. It's 2-1 to West Bromwich Albion, and that will give, I think that will give Muscle Warriors their first goal in the Premiership. That will give them so much extra confidence, do you think?
Yep, definitely.
Oh, that save, phenomenal save from Hannah Hindley.
And that will boost it even more. I mean, first goal, it makes them know that they can score.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, there's never when you look at it externally, of course, there's never a doubt that they've got the ability to do that. So I'll say it again. I think it was 80-odd goals last season, so they know how to score goals. But sometimes when you're looking at that intimidation factor of some of the quality of the players and the teams in the Premiership, maybe you need that little bit that gets you started in terms of confidence. Brad Bates plays that across, and I'm pretty sure, is that goal going to be given, or is there a bit of contact there? That goal has been given. Nudged in, front bumper by, was it Brad Bates?
Yep, I think it is.
So that's the third goal for West Bromwich Albion PFC. They lead 3-1. So that brief moment of jubilation for Muscle Warriors will appear distant again. A 2-goal advantage has been restored by West Bromwich Albion. Chris Gordon tried to launch another attack. That was also, again, we'll find the confidence in that for Muscle Warriors, but actually that was the first goal conceded by West Bromwich Albion.
Oh, wow.
In the Premiership this season. So
something to flex about.
It's no mean feat, that. Henry Barnard trying to make something happen, but it's found its way to another West Brom attack. Locked in the middle of the court. Again, West Brom have another chance here to add to the scoreline before we reach the break. 2.5 minutes just under to go of regulation time. Barnard has the ball now, though. Met by Bestwick across to Bates and blocked by Donoghue. Be a kick into West Bromwich Albion. Donoghue intercepts again defensively, doing his work. Brad Bates with the kick in, looking to make something else happen to make this more comfortable before they reach half time. Minute and a half to go. Chris Gordon makes himself available down the line. He now has the ball. It's found its way again. Krista coming to meet Barnard. Ball going across to Bestwick and across to Brad Bates. Again, block, not much power in the shot, George.
Yep. That made it easier for Vickers to get the save.
Didn't it? Again, sometimes it seems strange when you're 3-1 down, but there's been moments where you look at Jacob Vickers, you look at Hannah Hindley, tight defensively.
Yeah.
Well, they've blocked a few chances, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They've done really well, but I mean, when you have a load of pressure piling on you, you can always concede goals.
Yep.
It's near to impossible to get a clean sheet. I mean, a clean sheet now is something to be very proud of.
Yeah, definitely. So we are approaching 30 seconds from the end of the first half. The ball is exactly where West Bromwich Albion would want it, trying to manufacture another chance. Muscle Warriors, of course, will want that to be completely the reverse of that. Brad Bates, so much experience, Champions League winner, with a kick. Doesn't quite come to anything. I'm saying Champions League winner, I can add a whole host of accolades to that, which would include the league title, the WFA Cup, and numerous other glorious achievements as well. Muscle Warriors trying to get something mounted right at the end of this first half. It's not the area they want that to be. And I think Paul Yates, yes he has, he's just blowing. So we reach half time and we have a scoreline of West Bromwich Albion PFC 3, Muscle Warriors 1. So again, work to do for Muscle Warriors, but a little bit apart from that. It's the first goal being conceded by West Bromwich Albion in the Premiership this season. Chris is already busy conducting his team talk. I think they'll be delighted with the fact they've got 3 goals in the first half, and I'm looking forward to what materialised in the second half. George, what's your assessment of that half?
Well, I mean, both teams have got positives in there. Like, Muscle Warriors have got their first goal, and West Brom they've scored 3 goals and they're winning. So that is obviously a great positive.
Yeah.
And there's also like things that both teams can improve on. Likewise with Muscle Warriors, of course they're losing at the moment, and West Brom they conceded their first goal.
Well put, beautifully summarised on the other court for those that are following us but not managing to see that game. Teesside have a 1-0 advantage against Villa Rockets. So Villa Rockets, I've not seen any of that, but they appear to have been frustrating Teesside, who would want to be more comfortable than that. But we'll join you for the second half very, very shortly. Thank you, George.
Hello everyone, me and Dean are back here for the second half of Muscle Warriors versus West Brom. Krista just kicked off the game. It's gone out for a West Brom kick-in.
How you doing, George? You all right?
Yep.
Good stuff. Set for a second half. Shay Murray is to my left. How you doing, Shay? He's all good. He'll be looking for a turnaround in this half. So, as you see it on screen, West Bromwich Albion this time are attacking to the bottom end. Brad Bates with a pass across, which has actually given Muscle Warriors a chance to attack. But
it's been given as a 2-on-1 in favour of West Brom.
It's quite promising for a minute then. Chris Gordon plays the ball across. That's a fabulous ball across by... That's a superb. I wasn't sure if that is inside the post or not. It is inside the post. It's been given.
And that's another one from
Matty Gilbert scores. That was a super intense pass from Brad Bates right the way across. Tapped in by Matty Gilbert, who has developed a habit and a knack of doing that certainly in this game. So 4-1 to West Bromwich Albion PFC. They will be delighted.
Did you say Brad Bates had the assist there?
Yes, great ball across. Super pass. 4-1 to West Bromwich Albion. Feels a lot of very hard work now to do for Muscle Warriors.
And that goes out for a goal kick.
It does indeed.
Looks like they've just ignored the ball.
Yep.
It's been given to them kindly by Dean.
I tried to do my job. It wasn't a great, if I'm honest, it wasn't a great push. Didn't help them much, did it? So Hannah Hindley will get Muscle Warriors underway again. Very difficult from this point onwards. That early goal could well be a bit of a killer in this game. George, it's going to be difficult from here, but let's see. I mean, I suppose that when you look at stuff like this, far from being defeatist, but against a team like West Brom, this feels like a lot of work to do in terms of coming back. But you definitely don't want to collapse here.
No.
That would be the bit that you want to protect against.
You want to stand your ground and just continue playing.
Exactly. Exactly that. Another chance there for Matty Gilbert. Has he got 2 in this game?
Yep, he has.
Yeah, so he was on a hat-trick there. Blocked by Jacob Vickers, not for the first time. Matty Gilbert will get to take another kick in. See what's generated from here. Donna has the ball on the edge of the area. Matty Gilbert's blocked that. Chris Gordon again, anticipating any danger. Well blocked by Donahan. There is no shortage of effort at all from Muscle Warriors, George.
Yeah, they've put it all in.
They have, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And they may have not got the results they're looking for, but I mean, these are the hardest teams. It's not likely you're going to get any points off them. You're
talking about again, for listeners' benefit, perhaps those particularly new to Powerchair Football, you're talking about one of the elite sides in the game.
Yeah.
Serial winners of the league title and also cups and other accolades. So the task in front of Muscle Warriors here as a new team into the Premiership is immense. Gigantic. Brad Bates and Hannah Hindley is quite advanced at this stage. Fancy getting involved in the attacking side of the game. She's now come back to a more regular position for her to be defensive. So throw into Muscle Warriors. From this point onwards in the game, I mean, if it's not going to be a turnaround, which will be very difficult to do, what do you think is the key bit for Muscle Warriors at this stage, George?
Practicing their gameplay. And I mean, getting ready for those games where they will want to get a point or 2.
Yeah.
Which will be very crucial for them as they want to stay up in this league.
And they must have another game left as well after this today.
Yeah, they have Newcastle.
Doesn't get any easier.
No.
It's still 1-0 on the other court, as far as I know. Let me just double check that. Yep, 1-0
Yep.
Teesside against Villa Rockets. So Teesside set to continue with their...
Matty Gilbert, great ball in to Brad Bates, and that was a bit of contact there.
A little bit of contact there.
Looks like it'll be a free kick.
Again, I was deliberating which way he's going to give that. He's giving that against Brad Bates, and Brad Bates will probably feel a little bit hard done by there. But
Yeah.
but actually, I can see why it had been given like that as well in terms of the reversing in. Great dummy that from Matt Gilbert. I'm about to say, before we return to the action here, George, that Teesside, if that result stays exactly the same or it becomes even more emphatic for Teesside, they'll be the only team, to my knowledge, who has a 100% record.
Really?
With still a game to play, but their last game, this game week one,
is a big one.
Is Aspire, who at this current moment in time find themselves at the top of the table with 10 points, the same level of points as Newcastle and Greenbank. They've all played 4, 1-3, draw and 1, but this is only Teesside's 3rd game. So that last game today, my goodness me, that's quite some game, isn't it?
Yep, it is one to watch. For those who are listening,
Yeah.
I'd recommend tuning in on that.
And I mean, again, it'll feel a bit doom and gloom this as West Bromwich Albion ready themselves for another attack. But at this moment in time, Muscle Warriors find themselves at bottom with the worst goal difference. So -11 versus -10 of GBG Knights. So again, no reason to panic. But again, you wouldn't want to add to that deficit too much in terms of the goal difference. One of 4 teams in the leagues that still have to register a point. Sevenoaks, Middlesbrough, GBG Knights, the other three teams. Gilbert to Christa. Hannah Hindley, back of the chair in the way of that. Donegal comes away with the ball. And that's gone out for a kick into West Bromwich Albion. And assuming they hold on to this victory, they will find themselves just 1 point off top. But this has been their 5th game. But they'll leave the weekend unbeaten. 2 wins, 3 draws. Donoghue comes away with the ball. Number 6 down the line. Chris Gordon has thwarted him. That's going to be a throw-in for West Bromwich Albion. Chris Gordon giving instructions to Matty Gilbert, who I'm sure will be very, very keen to get his hat-trick, George.
Yep, I'm sure he will be.
Looks like Chris Gordon and Matty Gilbert are going to exchange passes. A swing and a miss, but it actually isn't quite a miss. Just came off the back wheel, I think, of Matty Gilbert, went towards the goal, had to be diligently defended. Rickenshaw has come back on the pitch to add his experience. Now about to take the kick in for Muscle Warriors PFC. Tried to find Donoghue. Well read again by Chris Gordon. Bates puts the ball into Matty Gilbert. Battling with Rickenshaw. The ball is going to find its way. Intended target, Brad Bates. It's been intercepted. But another kick into West Bromwich Albion. Leading 4-1. Quarter of the game left. 10 minutes to go, George.
Yep, solid 10 minutes.
Since the early goal, I'm going to jinx it now, aren't I? In the second half, they haven't capitulated.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
Muscle
it looks
Warriors.
like...
And my goodness me, we have an almost carbon copy of the goal that was scored in the first half.
Did Sean get a touch in it? I don't know.
I think that possibly is the case. It was hard to see.
Yeah.
I should have been looking more closely in that. But whoever scored that, I think the reality certainly is that it's West Bromwich Albion 4, Muscle Warriors 2. So,
I'll put the goal scorer down for Sean Donovan.
I think that may have well been the case, but it was hard to see, a lot going on there. But again, it's the same point that we made in the first half with Henry Barnard's goal. That offensive play carries a risk to it, particularly when you leave that goal wide open. And that's very much what happened there again. So almost a carbon copy, as I said on commentary a few moments ago. Just a carbon copy of the first half goal from Henry Barnard. So that gives even more hope to Muscle Warriors. Potentially for this game, 9 minutes left, you never know. But actually, they have now got their first 2 Premiership goals. West Bromwich Albion trying to, like they've done before, get back into it very quickly. Brad Bates didn't make great contact with that. Ricken Shah, chair in the way.
And there we go.
But the ball's come out to Matty Gilbert and he finishes that beautifully. So, unfortunately, again, not much respite for Muscle Warriors. West Bromwich Albion, having conceded just a minute or so ago, have gone back into that 3-goal advantage, their 5th of the game. West Bromwich Albion 5, Muscle Warriors 2. And I do believe, George, correct me if I'm wrong, that's Matty Gilbert with a hat-trick.
Yep.
Well done to Matty Gilbert.
Yeah, well done to him. Great hat-trick.
Opportunity there to launch an attack for Muscle Warriors, but it's gone out for a kick into West Bromwich Albion. Found its way to Chris Gordon. Chris looked a bit unhappy, didn't he, when the repeat of that goal in the first half happened again when they left themselves wide open. Perfectionist that he is. Ricken Shah on the ascendancy, trying to get Muscle Warriors again with another moment in the game. It's not quite materialised, gone out for a kick in to West Bromwich Albion. Again, they'll try and mount now another attack. Ricken Shah. Not a bad ball that to Donoghue, but it didn't quite find its way there. It's a kick into West Bromwich Albion. Chris Gordon again behind that, Matty Gilbert. Sean Donoghue intercepts, but then in turn, Chris Gordon comes away with the ball. Another kick in for Chris Gordon. Brad. It's gone out for a goal kick.
Looks like there's a substitution going on at the moment. Well.
Yeah, a few changes happening. Another restart for Hannah Hindley. West Bromwich Albion 5, Muscle Warriors 2. Moments in the game for Muscle Warriors, George. Sadly, doesn't look like it will be enough. 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
But I've said that before, and then Muscle Warriors creating those opportunities, which frustrated Chris Gordon. He's looked more visibly frustrated. It's gone into the second half, which I suppose, again, when you look for successes and someone of that quality, Muscle Warriors probably take a little bit of credit from that as well. It's not been without its challenges for West Brom.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be happy. They've put pressure on at times.
That was a great ball from Matty Gilbert, right across the face. Nobody there to finish that off. kick in from Muscle Warriors right at the far corner. Be hoping to launch something to give them another opportunity to get their third goal in the game. West Bromwich Albion 5, Muscle Warriors 2. Just keeping our listeners and viewers updated with the game on the other court. It's still, with 5 minutes to go, remains Teesside 1, Villa Rockets 0.
Yeah.
Not seen any of it, George, because we're focused on this. You're in a better position than me this half,
Yeah.
but looks like that's been very dogged from Villa Rockets.
Yeah, definitely.
Jacob Vickerbs with a chance right at the end on the far side of the court.
Battling his way through.
He's come out with the ball. There's a chance there to probably get that away to Sean Donoghue. It wasn't taken. You don't have much time or space, do you, in the Premiership? I mean, that's another piece of learning, I think, for Jacob, because the opportunity was there to spread that wide, didn't take it. Space is closed down so quick. Donoghue plays it across. Shah with an opportunity there to get in front of the West Bromwich Albion defence. Didn't quite take that. West Bromwich Albion will look to launch another attack. Looks like Shah is taking a break. Donoghue goes to engage with Chris Gordon then, and Chris Gordon's come out with the ball. Another wins another kick in. 2.5 minutes, just a fraction over regulation time to go. Still 5-2 to West Bromwich Albion. Moments for Muscle Warriors to absolutely take from this game and think about how they bring that into not only the final game today but into the rest of the season.
Yep.
But
it's great play from Dakota. The number 99 for Muscle Warriors, just weaving through.
You've seen the other games for Muscle Warriors, I'm sure, George. I mean, how does this one rank against the other games they've played?
Well, I think this is probably the best they've played so far.
Okay.
Not only have they scored 2 goals, but I mean, they've probably had a bit more possession. They've put a bit more pressure on the opposition, and all in all, they've been more just better.
So progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you.
Progress.
That's all you can ask for. Sean Donoghue, not for the first time, blocking attempted pass across from West Bromwich Albion. Rock trying to make something happen. Just a fraction over a minute left of the game. That's going to be a corner kick for West Bromwich Albion. Again, exactly where they want the ball. No threat to the scoreline here in terms of the ultimate prize of 3 points for West Bromwich Albion, but they may be able to add to that now. Just under a minute's regulation time. Great ball across. Chance for Matty Gilbert.
Nearly got
Hannah Hindley with another super save. Chris Gordon still has the ball on the touchline. Not going to be any rush, I don't think, to play this, because it doesn't need to be. He's going to get that back. Front bumper to try and force something out. He's forced the corner. Chris Gordon showing all of the experience there.
Yep.
Matty Gilbert, an opportunity to put the ball across. Front bumper, Chris Gordon. Hannah Hindley again blocking that. It's going to come right back across to Matty Gilbert. Hindley goes out to engage, goes to Sean Donoghue. Some decent defending done by Muscle Warriors.
Well, yeah, they've been arguably pretty good. It's just the fact that the pressure piles on.
Yeah. Well, it's relentless, isn't it, in this league?
Yeah, it's one it's one attack after the other, isn't it?
100%. It's what we love about this elite level of football in England. George, I'm going to ask you for your player of the match. We've just gone on regulation time. It looks like we may get another corner here for West Brom, but it probably is the last action. Who's your player of the match, George?
Well, I think we all know who it is. It's the man right in front of me.
He's given that to Matty Gilbert. It's very difficult not to give the choice. Choice is always yours, but it's very difficult not to give the player of the match to someone who scored a hat-trick. But as we talk that through, Rock has just scored the 6th goal right on time for West Bromwich Albion. Puts a bit of gloss on that score line as well from their perspective. And the last thing that probably Muscle Warriors wanted, that came via a deflection of Hannah Hindley, but Rock will claim that goal. No question about that. And it's number 6 for West Bromwich Albion. And that was indeed pretty much the last action. So there we go. The game is done. West Bromwich Albion PFC 6, Muscle Warriors PFC 2. Some heart there for Muscle Warriors, I think. But again, the plaudits go to Chris Gordon, Colin Gordon, and the West Bromwich Albion PFC team. They are now going to end this first game week undefeated, 5 games played, 2 wins and 3 draws, conceded 2 goals, and of course up until this game where they've scored 6, they'd only scored 1 goal in the 4 before that, so it adds a nice bit of balance to their goal difference as well. So I suppose they'll be, who knows, I think they'll be relatively happy being undefeated on the first game week. But again, it's so competitive, isn't it? So you can't drop behind the leading pack too much. I'm loving this season, George.
So am I. I can't deny it.
So much more to go. So we will be back to join you again a little bit later this afternoon. Thank you so much to everyone watching and listening the streams, and thanks again to MK Battery that are responsible for powering those as well. And thank you again in closing notes to Slater and Gordon for their incredible generosity and sponsorship of the National League as we go through this season. And thank you, George.
Yep, thank you. See you all soon.